welcome to Line Podcast. Like it or not, the livest show in the O. We're ready to go. Let's check the lineup. To my right, it's the one and only
Aloha.
Straight ahead, it's Liddy time.
Good evening.
I'm your host, Mr. Tokes. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the show, everybody. What's good, gentlemen?
Feeling good, man.
Super Friday.
Good day, everybody.
It's a Friday party
Celebration.
type time, man.
Yeah, man, it's feeling a little bit different. We're here on Friday. We had to push the schedule, and we feel like we do enough for you guys anyway.
Yes.
So, yeah, we got to push the schedule one day, and we're all here and feeling good. We got the old fashions flowing, got the stogies going.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The bar is open.
Hey, feeling good. Thank you,
On a
Stokes.
Friday, yeah, man. Why not? You got to set the mood right?
We're drinking like men.
It feel like it, don't it?
Yeah, man. Mike just taught me how to dip my stogie in my whiskey. I felt like I was a little child once he taught me. I was like,
different
holy
game.
shit, this is, they did change the game,
That's
dude.
a new
Raging.
mama.
Mama.
Nah, but everything is good, man. I'm feeling lovely as a fluffy bunny named Chucky with a chubby about to get lucky in this motherfucker. Talk to me now.
Woo!
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go. Let's eat,
Rhyme
man.
Let's
master.
fucking go,
Set
man.
the
Faster.
table, baby.
Yeah, man. I had to run and get that whiskey. Motherfucker was waiting at the stop sign. There was no stop sign. It was waiting because it's so packed out there on Fridays because the bars are all filled up and shit.
Yo.
Dude just straight up stopped and let the whole fucking flock of people go by, and I'm just like, well, fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I mean, what am I waiting on? We got Friday anyway. I ain't got nothing to complain
I'm
about.
so thankful you did that, man. I
Yeah.
can't believe you did that. You went on the run
Well,
for the greater good of the old fashions.
Hey, man.
once that whiskey goes low,
Hey, we may not be able to talk.
once that rye runs dry, you gotta go back to the well.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
a beautiful thing, though.
you guys, hey man, yeah, I fucking love you guys. Inspired or not, what I try to tell young people is that if you come together with a mission and it's grounded with love and a sense of community, you can make the impossible possible. John Lewis.
Love it, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude was tough.
It's been known to happen.
Yeah, man, he sure was. I didn't show you guys the new picture I got. We just went to an art festival, me and Jackie, and I got a picture of John Lewis actually for the new studio. And we got to tell the people too, because we're relocating. Even though we ain't gone video yet, we were about to go video, but now we're leaving this. We set this whole fucking studio up. Now we're relocating to a new one at a real studio. So it's gonna be a good move, man. We're excited.
It's going to be nice.
Yes, but today we're gonna go back in American history and highlight some fuckery. In fact, a lot of what we talk about today is quite the reason we do the show. Divisiveness has never been advantageous to any country, much less ours. And I don't know how much of a role politics and money versus discrimination, racism. It's obviously both. To what degree, I don't think anybody truly knows. I'm just concerned with what we can control. I'm focused on the influence and how it kept escalating throughout all these years. What a lot of people have to understand, slavery was an economic system to the tune of billions. The end of slavery after Civil War left the Southern economy upside down. Now, we can all agree slavery was a fucked up time we all wish never took place for any country, any time, any person. It's terrible. It's fucking inexcusable. And as for historical context and how it all was viewed or in some cases rationalized, it's not the focus today. We're going to skip over a few hundred years. We want to focus on when shit was supposed to change but didn't. That's 1865. And as always, we're going somewhere with this. So the year the Civil War ended, the U.S. amended the Constitution to prohibit slavery and involuntary servitude, but it purposefully left in one big loophole for people convicted of crimes. The 13th Amendment, ratified in 1865, says, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except for as a punishment of a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to the jurisdiction." Scholars, activists, and even prisoners have linked that exception clause to the rise of the prison system that incarcerates black people at more than 5 times the rate of white people and profits off their unpaid or underpaid labor. So how bad was it? Well, from the late 1860s through the 1920s, over 90% of the jail populations in the South were black. And that's
90%, bro.
That's crazy, man. I want to know who the 10% were.
They probably were other minorities. I would only,
Yeah.
That'd be my only stab. It probably was
Some other off black people.
Yeah. Some people I can see that.
So how'd they do it? So they had 4 million people who that were slaves, were no longer slaves now. So how did they get all these people back into jail? Jim Crow laws, more specifically, black codes. When slavery ended in the United States, freedom still eluded African Americans who were contending with a repressive set of laws known as black codes, widely enacted throughout the South following the Civil War, a period called Reconstruction, and exploited them as a labor source. In fact, life after bondage didn't differ much from life during bondage for the African Americans subjected to the black codes. This was by design. As slavery had been a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, the former Confederate states sought a way to continue this system of subjugation. So they exploited the 13th Amendment and this loophole.
And started putting people in jail.
Right.
So that they can turn around and get free labor again.
Right.
And now, constitutionally, you don't have to pay them.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That is,
bro.
It's fucking, it's a mind fuck. Really,
So imagine if, like, you living in that time and you know that almost anything you do, it gets you locked up, for free labor. And imagine the people that were,
Could you imagine that, bro?
never made it.
Right.
Never made it to the lockup because it was like, bump it, bam.
Right. I mean, that's just fucking crazy. Now, we could get into the black codes and the repeal and everything, but that would take the entire episode. We got plenty to do. I want to focus on mass incarceration to the tune of millions and putting them back to work to rebuild the South, even kids, when they haven't even committed no real crime at all, and after they won their freedom. Fucking unbelievable. So when you're arresting black people in mass like that for bullshit reasons, we're talking millions of people here. When you have 90% of your jail and prison populations full of black people, rebuilding the entire South economy like slavery never ended, what do you got to do? You can't just tell people the truth. It's way too cruel and fucked up.
Right.
So,
make it legal.
Well,
man.
it's just fucked up because the federal government was the the union that was for abolishment of slavery. Mm-hmm. But being the victors in the war, they would have to pay. Because, we're all one nation now. They would have to pay to rebuild their own nation. So they were okay with this, turning a blind eye to this.
Right.
From out to the one. It's all economic.
It all boils down to free labor to rebuild the economy that they lost. Yeah. And everybody lost. It wasn't just the South that lost.
620,000 lives were lost in that war.
I know. Wow.
Wow, dude.
That's a lot of people,
That's
bro.
a fucking ton of people, man. But so you can't just tell everybody you're gonna fucking lock them up for nothing, basically loitering and vagrancy. That's not good reasons, because there is such thing as good people out there.
Loitering in the wilderness.
Yeah.
What you doing over there standing by that tree? I don't know.
That's a good point, Mike. But how do you loiter in trees? What the fuck is
You're a vagrant because you're living in a tent in the wilderness. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, but because vagrants is so vague, and even in the word,
yeah,
like it could be anything.
Vague and vagrancy.
Vagrant, I'm a mountain man.
No, you're not. You're a vagrant. Get over here, boy.
It's true though, man. You can't just get away with that because there's real good people out there that are going to question that. They're going to be like, wait a minute, I thought they just won their fucking freedom. What's this about? You got everybody still out there, so. What do you got to do?
Bro.
You got to justify it. You got to sell the whole shit. So you got to vilify them, and that's just what they did. I mean, just think about it. If somebody runs in here, says, "Hey guys, there's fucking green guys outside, and they're fucking raping women and children, and they're fucking everybody up."
Everybody gonna try to try to fight back.
You say, I
believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
That's exactly what's gonna happen, because when you say women and children, you don't even think. You just grab the straps and run. You're like, okay,
it's instinctive to protect children.
Right. Exactly. So how the fuck, dude? Rape? That's all you got to say. Right. We'd go ape shit. We'd be exterminating.
And the ironic thing was, it was those white slave owners that were raping and pillaging black people.
Yeah, it's a lot of them were, bro.
They were the rapists.
They really were.
That's crazy.
But that's how you get all these different, not only that, but that's another reason why you can, I know black people that are so fair skinned that they do look. They are like you wouldn't unless you knew you wouldn't know.
Right. Well, they got the public so scared of black people, they made it legal to discriminate in 1896. They just called it separate but equal. Hey, we're equal, but you gotta drink from that shit over there with the cobwebs on it. It's all broke down and shit. I get to drink from this clean one over here.
Yeah.
You know, we're equal, but you got to take the fucking stairs. I get the elevator. We're equal, but you get those fucked up, outdated textbooks that are all ripped up and have nothing in them, and we get the good ones.
Brand new, you know.
Yeah. And that still applies, man. Because when I went to a black school, dude, we had fucking fucked up books in there. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Educational divide.
Yep, but they were openly fucked with, man. And you know, you could go back and read the rhetoric from back then, and it was very much just anything you could to just, you know, make them look lazy or bad or like they didn't belong. I mean, it was just a walking, mocking fucking thing back then.
It was propaganda. It was the propaganda, like I think it was America's original propaganda.
Well, that too. But
I mean, as far as after, you know, I wouldn't say that original propaganda probably would have been the Tea Party, but I mean, as far as mass propaganda where, you know, we got to get the whole country on board with believing like this. I mean, and you see how
Earl, we gotta sell this bullshit.
Well, not only that, but you could imagine all those years of slavery, like the inside, you know, the women and shit that were watching it, they knew that was wrong.
Yeah,
they knew that shit was wrong. So after this, and then they win their freedom, and now you lock them all back up. It's almost like imperative that you have to sell this at a bigger degree, because otherwise you're the fucking asshole. Like, what the fuck are you even doing?
And it makes it those people. Imagine if you just got your freedom, now you locked back up, and you locked up with a law. Now before you, at least, you know, even though it was hard, you had a routine. You was on a plantation or something.
And there was inconsistency with certain slave owners did treat their slaves as, you know, with some degree of dignity. But now you're in a penal system. It's all bad.
Right.
Yeah, it's no,
you're
there's no relentless.
Correct.
And no rights, period.
No rights, period.
Right. And then they make this fucking movie, Birth of a Nation. This fucking movie presented the goddamn Ku Klux Klan as a heroic force. It basically glorified these motherfuckers, and it gave rebirth to them, man. It got them popular again. And basically under the impression that they were doing something good. It was the first major blockbuster film in 1915. It shows old movie signs saying greatest pictures of all time and shit, and fucking exact photos of people lined up for blocks waiting to see it.
The only one.
It was super fucking popular. And if you don't know, for the listeners, Birth of a Nation confirmed the story that many whites wanted to tell about the Civil War and its aftermath. Came out in 1915. It was basically, some say it was to erase defeat and take out some sort of martyrdom. Anyway, it has a scene where a lady jumps off a cliff rather than be raped by a black dude and kills herself. So that kind of tells you what was going on throughout the context. Nevertheless, millions of people went to witness this. So the Ku Klux Klan, suppressed by the federal government in 1870s, was refounded in Georgia in December 1915 by William J. Simmons. In addition to the anti-black and new Klan, the new Klan was anti-Catholic, anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, and by the early 1920s, it had spread throughout the North as well as the South. At the peak of the strength in 1924, membership in the KKK is estimated to be as high as 3 million. Wow.
3 million?
That's a whole lot of hate.
It wasn't that many people. I mean, I don't know if you have that number, but
I do.
How many people were in America at that time?
I did some serious because at this point I was really high because I was trying to get myself ready to do this shit, and this shit depresses the hell out of me. But
3 million.
Okay, in 1924, KKK membership was 3 million, right?
Right.
In 1924, the U.S. population was 114 million. So multiply.
That's a nice chunk of hate, man.
It's like 18%.
Right. So multiply.
So that's the radical hate. Imagine like the hate on the levels. Like I don't hate like a KKK, but I do not like them.
The intermediates, yeah. Then you got all the steps.
Yeah.
So when I was high, dude, I went off on this tangent, dude, and I fucked with these numbers a little bit because when I get concrete numbers, I just like to play with them. So multiply 114 times 3, and you have approximately what the U.S. population is today, right?
Right.
So law of averages, you got 9 million Klansmen right now. So my question to you guys is, do you think that number, based on propaganda we have today, social media available, because that's like marketing. You know what I mean? If you market something, it gets more popular.
I don't think that it's grown at the same rate because we've kind of steered away from that in a way.
So you think it's gone down?
Yeah, I mean, we've steered away from that. Well, we've steered away from that ignorance.
I hope so. Yeah. I really do. I hope so. I do.
I want to believe it.
I like to think the majority, but there's more, like we said, levels of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
I just think that with all the I think opposite, because I would love to fucking think that there was less. But my thing is, you market anything to sell more of it. So the way the nation is right now with all the shit, whether it's real or not, they're just pushing all kinds of shit and all kinds of different, all the dark web shit, all the fucking places where these guys can go and fucking hide.
Spew their
yeah,
hate,
man.
And people are like, I agree with that.
It makes me think that there's more, but let's just go with 9 million. So then I looked up how many police officers there are in this nation, and it's 800,000. It's not even 1 million.
What?
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
In the whole nation?
Yeah, and now that's just numbers. I'm not alluding to anything. I'm just saying, but those are some crazy fucking numbers. Yeah, dude. I thought it would be more than that, too. 800,000 sounds shy.
Yeah.
Especially after Bill Clinton threw another 100,000 in there.
Damn.
No, but, yeah, but it's just numbers. But definitely some crazy ones, if that. So, you know, but yeah, man, it was a crazy time back then. So you gotta take into account all the fucking things that were going wrong. And I think it was just, at first, like I said, a lot of it could be rebuilding the economy. There was obviously hate. How much the ratio to ratio, who fucking knows? Yeah. But it was there.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, if you think about that amount of hate, we just got to hope that, because even for my kids and the younger generation, they don't seem like they deal with it as much as I think we do, and they have to. But who knows? I mean, we're just hoping that it's gotten better. But with a lot of the stuff we see right now, with a lot of different symbols, it's just.
See, I think kids in school, I didn't see it when I was in school as much as I did when I got out of school. Yeah. And this comes from a guy that had the KKK at his school one day.
Yeah, we had the KKK at our school.
They came to our fucking school one day, and I was just like, what are these clown-ass motherfuckers doing, And it really didn't, like I said, man, I lived a good...
front, like, marching around.
They were allowed to march in, like, Memorial Day parades and all that shit, dude, back in the 90s.
You told me they just did one in Melbourne that one day for MLK Day.
MLK Day.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, was that last year?
It had to be last year because I was out there.
Yeah, last year, when they were doing the MLK parade on the main street of Hickory, on the back street, if you went up the back street, you had KKK members, but the sad part about it, it wasn't the older members in garb, it was kids.
Whoa.
So they had kids in the garb.
See, man.
And I didn't even take a picture of it because it was like, it's one of those things.
Wow.
It was enough being in my memory. It's like I don't want to incite. That's one of those things that sometimes we have to be responsible too with some of the things we do put out there. Because it's one thing.
Every bone in when you wanted to take pictures and be like, but then you're just promoting something that you shouldn't be promoting.
Exactly. Right. Because at the same time, it's one thing for a grown up to be in guard. It's a whole nother kind of.
But that's what I'm talking about. Because if it wasn't Clemmy, somebody else would have took a picture and they would have posted it, and then the people that see that react to that.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about with the propaganda, with the social media, and how I think that would market it to be more popular based off the fake news, the real news, all that shit.
All that stuff is because it's trying to drive a wedge for some reason, I mean, it's got to be alternative reasons, and we not. This show is not about that, but what I do think is that if people don't stop and start communicating, I think it's going to get worse because you got a lot of different platforms where you can say stuff, and people think about it right now, especially in the pandemic, if you could get 5 people, 20, 30 people to be like, yeah, you're right. Don't you feel more emboldened at that point? Because we're not getting a lot of contact right now with people.
That's why I would say if you're gonna have
more,
I encourage anybody to have a conversation, not on Facebook, not on anywhere where you're texting, not even on a fucking phone. You go face to face with a motherfucker and you talk to them in a good way, man. Even if you got to pull out an old fashioned like us and sit out there with some stogies and just talk, because that's the way you're going to get through to somebody.
Right.
There's no emotion. there's no nothing when you're on a computer and you're just typing words at somebody. In fact, it seems like more of a competition at that point. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to say the right thing and I'm trying to get, you're
not being authentic. You're trying to be right.
And God forbid you cross the line. Now it's got offensive. Now you're just taking shots at each other and you're really not being productive on any kind of thing, and you're marketing more hate.
And you don't think about
it's a slippery slope.
Well, look, man, it's like, America's in the freedom and all that, but you have to draw the line somewhere. If you're in a hate group like the KKK, then it needs to be outlawed. I mean, we could learn from Germany. It's it's outlawed to have any Nazi symbols, dude. Any Nazi shit.
Is
pops
it?
Up oh yeah, dude.
Good
for
and we says because of freedom of speech, people can walk around with those.
You can't protect hate.
Why do you think it hasn't been outlawed yet?
Freedom, hate isn't freedom. You can't protect hate.
I'm with Mike. It's like, why are we protecting hate?
It's common sense.
And that's a
great take.
Wow. I've never why do we protect hate?
That was just my question. Is like, why is KKK still okay? Like, why is that not been outlawed and said, hey man, you can't partake? You don't see it.
You get the green light on Antifa, you go after them. That's hate. You go after
anything.
Everybody.
Anybody that's doing some shit that says, hey man, white purity or black purity. No, that's not good. That means
because it's too extreme.
That means you don't want other people here.
I've been looking.
Then you get into the freedom of speech thing, and then it gets all that.
And kind of looking at like the different type of people. I read an article that they said that sports fans are more likely to become radicalized because in a lot of ways it's from the like rooting on the team. It's like you start rooting for your side. So it's like the same passion, the same part of your brain that is like, fires up.
But it's like those fan addicts that think that they're actually on the team. It's like, you're not on the team, dude.
Right. He breaking down all the stats. Like, he threw 2 like, bro, we don't need.
Why I think that is? It's because people identify themselves with their situation. So as you believe in something for so long, it becomes a part of your fabric. So it's hard to break that shit, man. It's hard to unlearn shit that you've been taught your whole life, especially if your mom or dad or somebody that's been ingraining that shit in your head. Right. And especially if they took it to the grave with them. And you're like, man, this is my dad. He used to tell me all this stuff. You look up to these people, whatever. And it's just harder to break a fucking habit when you're like that. But that's what makes a strong person, is a person, or that's what, well, I should say this, not a strong person, a person that's willing to grow. A person that keeps growing understands that the world around them is constantly changing. If you don't choose to change with it, then you're going to, by default, get left out. And you're going to look like a clown-ass motherfucker still rooting for some shit in the 1900s, in the 1800s. So, and not for nothing.
And that's right. The 1800s, it's like, I mean, when is this period is, and why does it not look inclusive? You know what I mean?
Right.
What's funny? It's like my ex-father-in-law was, grew up he was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. And during World War II, he was a pilot, but he had to go to Florida for flight training.
Right.
And that was the very first time he'd ever gone south of the Mason-Dixon line, and he never been around the Southern people ever. And the way he described it, he chuckled. He goes, Mike, let me tell you, he goes, those guys didn't know that the war was over.
They was
Just talking about the Civil War. He's like, they just didn't know it was over.
Oh shit!
It's like they acted like it wasn't over.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just weird. He's like, it was like going to a different country. He said it was wild at that time. Wow. Such a cultural difference.
Yeah, because people still held on to those rights and those beliefs. So it was like, oh, it's over. But
And it was,
I'm not gonna
they were
change the
like
way I treat
shamed,
you.
like they were shamed because they lost the war.
Yep, that was a big part of it. Right.
I
Their
never
pride,
thought about that.
dude. Southerners then had like the immense amount of pride.
I can imagine because they still do.
And they were humiliated.
Yeah.
On an individual level, like
But
the
that's
union
like-
humiliated them.
That's the ultimate take my
I
ball
never
and go
thought
home,
about
though.
that.
That 13th Amendment and the loophole. It's the ultimate.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate take my ball and go home shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, you won, but fuck you. You ain't getting your prize.
Yeah.
And sorry. And that's like what I said. It's like sewn into your fabric. So all this time that you were condescending and looking down on these people as your property, now you can't break that fucking habit, and you can't even fucking readjust your mindset to say, hey, man, that's yesterday. This is a new day.
So they're criminals for wanting, because if we separate this all, the drug bills and all these different things.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
It's two things that stand up and glare out. People are criminals because they want to vote and they want to be free.
Right.
Period.
They want to exist.
And they want to exist without.
Just
And
wanna live.
it wasn't like they
Just want to live.
Yeah.
In
They
peace.
couldn't even be
In peace.
fucking homeless. You couldn't even be fucking homeless.
So if I don't have any kind of economics going on because we just finished this war, everybody in the South mad at me because they feel like the only reason why we went to war was because of me.
Right.
They lost, and to Mike's point, the pride kicks in.
Right.
But and to see all these
That's a
free
hard place to be.
black people it's like looking at a walking trophy
Yeah.
Right.
that the other side it's like in your face
And then
Right.
something
constantly reminded.
something we didn't kind of touch on was like, if you think about the Reconstruction area, when blacks were allowed to vote for the first time,
Right.
and they changed the whole Senate and everything in the South where you had
Yes, sir.
black, elected officials, and then right after that, Jim Crow happens, and you don't have another
Just
elected
like that.
official until like the 60s.
60s, yep.
So think about, bro, that's
And it got really dark then because of that fucking movie, bro.
it gave them a reason, because now you
had
see a
this
visual.
This is what it was. It was a combination of everything. It was they had to rebuild the fucking economy. The hate was still there. They had to fucking, the pride about losing the war. You had a combination of all these things, and that's the product you got. Dude. It was fucking chaos.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and I don't like to, pull our own coattail, but I'm going to kind of do that right now. The only reason why we probably don't have more people, please subscribing to us is because we don't do video. We just straight up giving we don't control your emotions with our,
Because we're on YouTube.
I know, but just think about it. If we had video,
They can see your sexy face.
that's all I'm
That's
trying
all
to
it-
get to. That's all I'm trying to get
That's
to.
all the way you said that was the best. That's really all I'm trying to say. That the case closed.
Yeah.
But you know what's scary? There's a lot of stuff that reflects true today, from that time period, because the Civil War, you look at the causes, slavery was one of them, states' rights, but
Yeah.
a big cause was just the mere fact that Abraham Lincoln won the election.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Please stop blowing my mind tonight, Mike. I like
Yeah.
Friday Night Mike.
Yeah, Mike's on fire right
I
now.
like Friday
just-
Night
it's
Mike.
like-
Mike
That's
Steph
beautiful.
Curry from deep right now.
Shit.
Just hitting all the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is so
That's a true.
true.
That's a fact, man. And so there was a lot of
And
things that
but-
played.
and then prior to that, it was this tremendous division.
Yeah. It's
All
like-
these wars were being fought in Congress.
Yeah.
Right, because they believed in, and now you add the vilification of them and saying, "Hey, they're raping, fucking, they're dangerous."
being vilified
they're a threat,
now, though?
threat to
Yeah.
women. They're a threat to women. They're a threat to children.
Who's been ever? It's weird.
Well,
I think it's both sides on some level.
what today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
politicians agreed that
Yeah, now
they're going to make us fight amongst ourselves.
well, that's
Yeah.
that's a big
But they
message
won't-
we're gonna get to later on in the show.
Because it's such a it's because how Mike tied in his bow. It's like, bro, if you think about how that was so reminiscent, and like we still haven't learned. Because we still
we're right now as close as we've ever come back to that point, back into Civil War.
I know. That's why we do the show. That's exactly why we do the show.
Somebody got to be a voice in the dark, bro.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Yeah.
We back. We back. Please
got the stogies. Got the stogies.
Yeah.
Got the old fizzies. The old fizzies. Hey. Welcome back. Line Podcast.
Got the Yaz flute.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right. We're back to the game. So now we know all the myths of black men as rapists was stemmed by the reality that white political elite in the business establishes needed black bodies working. So that was it. So vilify them. Right. That's it. Because let's face it, man, it's not illegal to be homeless. And if that's the case, go arrest fucking people downtown. What the fuck, you know?
But it's still on some levels, for some people, may be illegal to be homeless.
You think?
I mean,
today?
If
or
you
back
think
then?
about the harassment you probably would get from...
Well, I think more in the terms of Mike was saying, dude, how are you going to fucking be homeless in the woods? Like, who gives a shit, dude? How you going to loiter in the fucking woods?
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, it's hard loitering to say a person, like Mike was saying, oh, you been in this tent too long. Like, bro, like,
it's my house.
What can I do? I mean,
I can move.
I can move. I move my tent over there, but I'm gonna be in my tent.
Yeah, man.
Not down the street, but I can move over that ridge line.
Yeah.
So basically, with the tremendous burst of popularity the Ku Klux Klan got as a result of the birth of a nation, and the reason it became popular, took what was already evil and basically gave it steroids. So
fucking sheep.
Thousands of African Americans murdered by mobs for the next several decades under the idea they did something criminal. That's it became the norm after that movie. So a lot of them thought they were doing a good service. Remember, these guys were wild criminals going to threat to women.
In the world of its scum, man.
Right.
I remember seeing those pictures, and kids were brought there, and they were smiling.
Yeah.
And shit.
They didn't know no better, bro.
And a lot of those people in those fucking pictures, they look like normal dudes, man. That's how much you know they were sold that shit.
Yeah.
Because they're actually dressed nice and shit. They got nice hats and nice suits on and
like
shit. And you're like,
it was
what
an
the?
event.
Yeah,
like
it was
rich people or something.
No, but it was an event, bro. You wore your Sunday's
crazy.
best for hangings, bro.
So you knew that they were fucking just doing it to.
It was all a part of helping people.
That's crazy.
It was, and it's sad, but it was all a part of making people feel safe.
Yeah. And it took 100 years just to get some damn respect after they won their freedom, man.
Yeah.
100 years. That's not even exaggerating. You say 100 years when you're like exaggerating something like, man, you took 100 years to get here, Mike. What the fuck took you long? No, it really took 100 fucking years for these people to get an ounce of fucking respect. So we're going to jump to 1964, the civil rights. So at that time, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum. Crime rates began to spike. Or did they? Now, I have a thought based on the crime rate spiking in a second. We're going to go back to that in a minute. Now, some say crime was increasing because of the baby boom generation that emerged immediately after World War II. Now, they were adults, so through sheer demographic change, that's why crime went up, is what some people say. What it did do was present another nice target on the back of black people, basically. More specifically, the civil rights movement. So saying it was contributing to the rising crime rate. Now, look, this is why they got my goddamn grandma. Rest her soul. Because she was the nicest fucking lady. She
got grandma.
Yeah. She was the
She would
nicest.
give you a cookie but hate you at the same time.
No.
He would go cookie, but
my whole life.
She had two separate cookie jars.
My whole life, bro.
Eat it outside.
My whole life, she was the nicest dude. Nobody's loved me like my grandma loved me, man.
Okay,
that's facts.
Okay,
and she didn't have a mean bone in her fucking body, man. So I know she was sold some shit. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I know she was sold some shit because I know my grandma. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So now the narrative became give African Americans their freedom and be repaid in crime. You know, continue to vilify, right? Now, the prison population was pretty chill until this shit called mass incarceration came along. President Nixon, Mr. Law and Order. President Nixon introduced war on crime, but they said it was a dog whistle politics. And what Nixon was really referring to was the black political movement, Black Panthers, the anti-war left, the women's movement, and the gay liberation movement. That's what he was really fucking against.
Are we in the time span somewhere?
No, you're going to see in a second here, man. So Nixon then started a war on drugs. And as a result, it gave birth to an era of basically where we decided to deal with drug addiction as a crime issue rather than a health issue.
Right.
Right? So hundreds of thousands of people were getting sent to fucking jail for all sorts of low-level offenses, dude. Mm-hmm. It went fucking crazy at this time. So Nixon continuously blamed the civil rights movement for this, his Get Tough and Law and Order rants and that kind of stuff. So,
but what did the civil rights movement have to do with
crime?
Getting tough on crime?
Because the crime rate went up right after the civil rights movement started getting their rights and stuff.
It was, so
well, that's what they said. But that's what they said.
But if you break it down, if you look at arrests, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot more arrests because you're arresting people for the civil rights movement.
Exactly. Okay. Now hold on. With that though, but it gets even more full of shit.
Wow.
It gets even more full of shit than that. Hold on. Stay with me now. Now, this is why I question the sudden crime rate spike during the civil rights era. So check this out. Because his top advisor, John Ehrlichman, sold him out. He said he straight up admitted the war on crimes was all about throwing black people in jail and lying about drugs. He said, quote, the Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House had two enemies, the anti-war left and black people. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black, but by getting the public to associate hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, then criminalize them both heavily, we could disrupt their communities, we could arrest their leaders, we could raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did. That's a quote from John Ehrlichman.
And guess what those two groups couldn't enforce?
What's that?
Vote.
Right.
So Nixon out.
So he even used the word vilified.
Damn.
He even used the word vilified. He said we're the enemies. Why does the White House have enemies here in the U.S.? What the fuck is he talking about? Because we're anti-war, we're pro-black. What the fuck? We're all people here. We're part of this country. So
move on to the next
he also admitted. Hold on,
please.
He also admitted that they use us to accomplish their agendas in that statement. He said, but by getting the public to associate, so they lied to get us to react, right?
Right.
So they need us to react. That's the point. It's all perception, meaning they do need us. But the only thing is they need us united, or they need us divided. Right. They don't need us united. Mm-mm. And that's the whole thing. And that's proof right there in a fucking statement that he said. So then it goes on. So the prison population was 358,000 in 1970. In 1980, it went up to 514,000. Enter Ronald Reagan. Reagan just turned a rhetorical war into a literal one, basically. The modern war on drugs was declared by Reagan in 82. Remember, the Just Say No thing and the
DARE program.
Your brain's on drugs.
I grew up on that, yeah. That was my time.
Yeah, that shit was... So I thought that was all real. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit.
Hey man, I did everything in the world to get that little DARE fucking pencil and ruler. I was nice in class, open doors.
Oh shit. Well, listen to this though. At that time, right? At that time, popular opinion polls showed drugs weren't even an issue for most households in the United States.
I know.
So
like most people didn't even know what they were. They open up people awareness by putting a war on drugs. Think about it.
You make people do drugs just by saying don't do drugs.
Yeah, because you say, kids, don't go buy this.
Right.
When you see this,
they're gonna say, what does that do?
Away.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, just say no.
To
what?
Remember we were kids and they had the replica? It wasn't a real thing, but it was like on that, when they opened up the box they walked around with, and then they'll be like, this is what marijuana looks like. This is what this looks like. And you're like, but you like 8 or 9 years old, you don't know what drugs are like. So in a way, they was conditioning you to know what drugs.
Ain't that some? I never thought about it like that, but that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Think about it.
It makes a lot of sense. So
the good shit.
Yeah.
This is what the good shit.
This is what you want.
Yeah,
but say no.
Now Why is
I'll be
this
taking orders in the back.
right? Why is this important though? Because what came next? The crack epidemic.
Hey.
Now check this out, dude. What better time than now, right? Now they don't have to lie about the drug problem anymore. Right? Now they have the perfect vilifying tool to decimate black communities and get the crime rate up so they could arrest more people to get your vote. Right?
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder if that was a fucking coincidence.
Wow.
Besides, this is my thought on the crack epidemic, dude. I think crack was a plant in black communities.
It had to be.
It had to be. You know
I
why?
mean, what? Yeah. I mean, go.
I know what you're gonna say.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Him.
Okay. Who do you know?
That's the perfect logic.
Because I've been around, dude. How you make crack? You have to dump your coke into a fucking pot of water.
How do you make it? I don't know.
I don't know, but you have to dump. I know.
But
one point,
I mean, think about it.
At one point.
Hold on. To the natural mind, right? If you know anything about cocaine, if you didn't know that it was going to create something else, why would you?
That's my point. That's
you get shot dumping that shit in the hot boiling water.
That's exactly what I'm saying. A fucking cokehead would smack you upside your head if you take his gram and you dump it in water.
Exactly.
He would fuck you up.
Fuck, man.
The fuck you doing?
Bro, that's my shit, bro. So
But I'm gonna give you something that's gonna be better, bro.
I'm gonna double it.
Well, that was the other question because I really, but
I wouldn't believe him.
But this is
hold on.
This is high.
But hold on, I got another question. I got a real question. I don't know how much cocaine it would take to actually make a batch of.
What's the
crack.
ratio? What's the fucking formula?
Yeah, what's a minimum amount of fucking cocaine
what's the
that you gotta
chemistry
have?
formula on
Is it
that?
a half ounce, quarter ounce? I mean, how much do you need?
Hey,
I don't know.
Who
either.
knows?
But my point is,
Who does know that?
I'll tell you this.
I know the first person that would have to know it would have to be someone like a chemist. So I don't think it's like dudes.
Well, I'll even go
Like
further.
a white scientist.
I even got more. Now listen.
Crazy. That's some crazy white people shit to think of that. Let's dump all this cocaine in the water.
Fucking.
We got so much of it. Let's
Is
do
this bad?
something
Is this like taboo? This is taboo.
Because cocaine was in white communities back then. You could only get it in bulk. You could only get it. It wasn't like people were running around selling fucking grams of coke in the 80s.
ounces.
Right. It wasn't popular back then as far as small quantities. You were getting it big quantities. It was coming from fucking the borders and shit. It was coming from Colombia. Barry Seal was flying that shit in. Fucking all that shit. So it became a war on communities of color. So that's just what it did. In fact, they imposed the harshest sentences. They started mandatory sentences on this shit, dude. They made it 100 times more if you got caught with a gram of coke versus a gram of crack. So you would be punished 100 times more. So if you got a day for a gram of coke, you'd get 100 days for a gram of crack. And you know you're not getting a day for a gram of coke. You're getting a lot. So this fucked up people, man, like bad. So Nixon's Southern strategy was implemented right after the Civil Rights Movement. He played on fear of crime and law and order to win the election easily. Reagan promised tax cuts to the rich and to throw all the crack users in jail.
I'm sorry, but even tax cuts in the way that it's said implies that it won't affect white people, it affect black people.
Oh, I got something for that. I got something for that.
You know what I mean? Think about it. It don't seem like it's going to help you out, but it's going to help somebody out. So if it ain't helping me, who is helping?
Right. So basically, both of which devastated communities of color. It was all fucked up. Then it happened again, which you were just alluding to, which I think you're alluding to. Once again, somebody significant gets caught revealing some truth. This time it was Lee Atwater, the campaign strategist for Reagan. He got caught on tape explaining the Southern strategy. He said, quote, y'all don't quote me on this.
Hey, just told off record.
It's off the record, right, Bob?
Yeah. Right, Bob.
That's what you get for being a dick, though. You start out in 1954 by saying N-word, N-word, N-word. But by 1968, you can't say N-word. It hurts you. So you say stuff like force busing, state rights, and all that stuff. And you're getting so abstract now, you're talking about cutting taxes. And all these things you're talking about are totally economic things. And the byproduct of them all is blacks get hurt worse than whites. And so that was the Southern strategy. Now,
So people wouldn't mind getting taxed because, it ain't hurt me as bad as it's hurting them.
Right. And now they're just, like you said, you get abstract and you just confuse motherfuckers, but it's still the same thing. Right.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, it goes back to voting and freedom. Right. No, not even freedom. Voting and equality.
Right.
Those are the two subjects that we can't get past
because you're missing one thing though.
What?
It's perception. The media.
Yeah.
You could take all the cut and dry shit you want, buddy, but when it's diluted with bullshit, that's why we're sitting where we are right now, and we can never figure. There's a reason why it's been 400 years and we haven't figured this out yet.
And it's not a hard thing to figure out.
Right. So the U.S. prison population was 514,000 in 1980, and it went up to 760,000 in 1985. Shows like Cops started popping off. Remember the Cops? Bad boys. What you gonna do? Fucking my whole family used to sit around and watch that show.
Everybody smoking crack.
Yeah.
Cops.
Mike told me the other day, he's like, man, I shut that shit off. He's watching some recent Cops. He's like, man.
What is that, Live PD?
Yeah, what?
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Live PD is just so.
They were pulling over black people wholesale for like, you got a tag light out. Let me search your car. It's like, it's a mom and her kids. Goddamn, dude. Leave her fucking alone.
Right.
She's not guilty as shit, but picking her kids up from school. What the fuck?
She burned that shit before she put the kids in the car.
It's
gone. It's gone. But it was like you just see it, man. It was like you're just not signaling when you're changing lanes.
Yeah, which is a big crime around here, boy.
Yeah,
unless you're a cop.
Well, speaking of kids, then the kids became a target. Remember the super predators term?
Yep.
I remember Hillary saying that, and she had to apologize for it later. But nevertheless, vilify.
Yeah.
Scare tactics were so on point, they even had black communities supporting policies that criminalized their own children. I mean, that still goes on till today. The Central Park Five, they locked those 5 innocent teens up just because of public pressure. Public pressure.
Wow.
That's all.
Media.
They hear the words
They
rape.
needed somebody to... you can't lynch nobody, but you can throw them in jail.
Right. They basically they heard the word rape, and then they associated it. So these children, 4 of them under 18, were all sent to adult prisons for 6 to 11 years before DNA evidence proved that they were all innocent.
Wow.
Adult prisons. So
that don't change you at all.
Yeah. No, you good. That's easy. You good.
There's no damage. There's no damage right there.
Yeah,
no.
They don't no PTSD or nothing, bro. Somebody just grabbed me off the street and said you did something you didn't do.
They don't even put the McMichaels in Gen Pop.
I know, bro.
And
then you in there on some rape shit and dudes. Dudes treat dudes like that different.
Yep. So the end of the crack epidemic was the U.S. prison population, 1985, 760,000. U.S. prison population, 1990, 1.2 million.
Wow. Went up 500,000.
So
500,000.
So I guess a mission of lying about a war on drugs and Reagan's campaign strategist revealing the Southern strategy wasn't enough to make the prison numbers go down or at least stay the fucking same, Enter Bill, hold my fucking beer, Clinton. Okay, this man's a special kind of piece of shit. And
Monica, get over here.
So Democrats lost.
Hey man, y'all let that hate out your heart.
Hey, I ain't hating nobody.
I'm just joking.
I ain't hating nobody. It's that goddamn flight. It's a flight log, honestly, bro. So Democrats lost in 1980, 1984, and 1988. Why? Because they weren't strict enough on law. Can you believe that shit? So it was basically
optics, baby.
Yeah, it was basically soft liberals won't protect you versus tough conservatives will protect you. Conservatives won that fight every fucking time. Why? Scare tactics.
Yeah.
So we need protection from these out of control super predators and these crackheads. So Democrats knew in order to compete, they had to get strict on law.
So
even after
stricter on laws.
Yeah. It's
We're gonna give you more time.
Yeah, it's a law off.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I can oppress you.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
I see your 3-strike rule and make it a 2-strike rule.
Yeah, no shit, right? So all this shit did was all it did was get exposed.
I see him. I got him. How about that?
Even after all those lives were ruined, even after all those sentence disparities, even after the fucking 100 times longer fucking sentence for crack cocaine, and all of that shit, still we gotta go hard on law to get the vote. So,
hey man,
only white people back then know, to have the powder and crack was in every black community, literally destroying these people's lives. So another coincidence, I guess. Yeah. So the Democrats essentially became centrists on the law. You know what I mean? So it became a contest of who could fucking fill the prisons faster and more effectively. Yeah. Bill Clinton introduced the Notorious Crime Bill. The 3 strikes you're out. This became so bad, or good for them, I guess. At one point in L.A., they had to release 4,200 misdemeanor offense prisoners every month to make room for the 3 strikes guys that were coming in. 4,200 misdemeanor offense guys. So all of a sudden, now these low level
40, like the misdemeanor, you only here for 6 to 8 months. Yeah. 3 strike guys, you in here for 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, so we'll release you guys. Yeah. So now all of a sudden, the low level offenders don't mean a thing no more. We got permanent hotel guests. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get these motherfuckers in here. Then mandatory minimums showed its face. Mandatory minimums means the judges no longer consider the circumstances of your crime. Now, this took power away from all the judges, and at one point, all the civil trials had to be canceled just to catch up with the fucking criminal case workload. That really happened. It was all, yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. It was all on the prosecutor's shoulders. So, but get this. This is even more mind-blowing. 95% of the elected prosecutors in our nation are white.
I can see. Whoa.
So tell me that doesn't fucking go, what the fuck, man?
So 95% of one particular, and we live in a melting pot, so we say, and 95% of one race controls the outcome of legality.
Right.
No, doesn't control it. They pursue prosecution.
At that time, they did.
But, no, I'm just saying, but if they do control it, if you think about it from the way.
You take the power away from the judges.
Yeah.
If the
power structure of America is legislation.
That was the hustle. Yeah. It was to take the power out
That's
of the judges.
That's what I mean by
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It was to take the power away from the judges and put it in the prosecutors. Or wink, wink. They don't know they're all 95% white right now. Yeah. Wink, wink. Let's just go. Mandatory minimums. Mandatory. It's whatever to get people in jail to make money, man. That's the game. Yeah. That's what it turned to. Then they passed the truth in sentencing law. This kept people in prison for 85% of their time. So no parole. Was what that deal was. So you can't
even talk about parole till you do 85% of your time.
Right. Dang. So the problem with that is parole, everyone knows this, is a mechanism for getting people out of jails when it's clear that they're no longer a threat to public safety, right? People with one bad crime were gone for good. They could have no fucking. I remember this one girl. She got a coke. She was like, she had like a clean record, and she got caught taking like an ounce of coke somewhere or something. Dude, she got like life. Dang. She got like fucking they couldn't let her out of fucking jail. It was crazy, and that happened to how many people? Yeah, it was all a
because
hustle.
if you making that was even before they made prison system, private.
Right. Well, this is the transition right now. It's coming into that. Yeah. And then that was a part of that too, is make them bigger. I believe he spent like about $10 billion on that to make the private systems bigger. It was $30 billion on the cops. It was $10 billion on it was $3 billion on the cops, $10 billion on the private prison systems, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. So I need here to look this up. But then he put 100,000 more cops on the street. It was the largest crime bill in history, and then all this he claimed it was an honest mistake later.
An honest mistake.
Yeah. That's what he did. He said that shit, bro. So Clinton, you didn't see the Clinton say that? It was you didn't see him that? I'll never forget that fucking hideous
speech. At the time I was trying to win the election, so I had to be the hard ass in America.
I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm sorry for yelling.
If he would have said that, I would have gave him much props. If he would have said, "Hey man, I was trying to fucking win, so I had to be fucking the hardest ass in America. I did not realize what I was doing." You know what? Then I'll look at you and say, you might be right, but if you just say it was an honest mistake, you're full of shit, man.
Because that's malicious.
He knew exactly what he's fucking doing. Everybody knew what they were doing. But anyway, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back.
I believe him, yo. I do.
been a hard episode. We need this.
It's been a fucking ultra marathon.
Line up.
Aish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wakey,
Welcome back.
wakey.
We love y'all.
Line Podcast.
Snaky.
Yes. All right. Well, so
Back to the truth.
we can't ignore the reality of force. The policies with Bill Clinton put forward, the mandatory minimums, the 3 strikes, it was all use of political force. They forced millions of people who would not otherwise be in prison today into prison. They forced families to be broken, forced children to live without their parents. It was, that's a reality, man.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So you have to acknowledge that, and you have to think about that shit. It's not just about what's going on in your life. You have to really think about, damn, man, if it's affecting everybody.
Yeah. And on either side, if it's unjustifiable, bro.
That's right.
It's unjustifiable, bro.
There's
nothing to fuss about. It's nothing to, it's no but.
Right.
It's people hurt for real. It's like
manipulation going on now.
Real life people
It's a different
lost
game.
real life lives.
It's a different game.
Yeah.
It's transitioned and manipulation. Like I said before, the world is constantly evolving around you. That's why they're playing games with what we know and what we don't know. Yeah. They're playing games with that shit because they don't want you to know what's evolving around you. They want you to stay complacent. They want you to just stay the same. They need you to stay the same. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to remember. A lot of times I think that information overload is a way of brainwashing. It's like desensitizing is real.
It really is.
Do you think it started off that way, with the wave of information, internet and all that? So now we have access to all this information. We get things in real time. But do you think that just happened naturally and then somebody went, oh, shit, we need to control this?
Yeah, I think that was.
Right.
Yeah.
I do.
I
think they saw it a long time ago, dude. I mean, we did the episode.
But this wasn't from beginning. It just
was
was like they realized this later down the road.
And they tweaked it as they went, right?
An unintended consequence of social media and, all these different ways that we're contacting each other is a way for the government to control us.
Yeah, we just did the episode on the social dilemma thing, where it's like they took a page out of the playbook. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, Google and everybody now.
It was, bro. It was almost to the letter on some of the stuff I was seeing. To your misinformation, go back and listen to that, bro. It was almost to the letter. Some of the stuff we watched this political season.
The iZombie show.
Yeah, the iZombie show. Yeah, where it's like. How much different wordplay and different ways they come in.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. The U.S. population in 2000 was 2.1 million. So me personally, listen.
Oh, the prison population?
Yeah.
2.1
million in 2000. So
2.1
million. So me personally, now listen, I don't think a person with a drug problem is a criminal, first of all.
No.
I think it's a victimless crime, man. If you're a drug addict, you deserve a different kind of help. Now, if you hurt somebody or you're fucking crazy or something, that's different. Yeah. But dude, if you're just a dude, if you got a coke problem, dude, you're not a fucking threat to society. You don't need to be locked up. You need help. You need somebody to say, "Hey, man, you don't need to be doing that shit every day. Mm-hmm. You put that shit away, man. Yeah. You got kids.
You need parameters. You don't need jail.
Yeah, I mean, at least do it on.
But what about the cokeheads that are robbing now and stealing and hurting people for their coke money?
Well, that's different. That's a fucking criminal. That's something that's and I agree with you on that. So, like Clemmy said, that's
what happens when they don't get treatment.
Right. And it plays into their fucking system, man. Mm-hmm. It plays into their system as long as they play their cards right. Now, here we go. The prison industrial complex. This one, Clemmy wanted to get to. Basically refers to a system of mass incarceration, and companies that profit from it. That includes operators of private prisons, which get a lot of attention, as well as a ton of vendors.
Yeah.
So, for example, we got the Securus Technologies. They supply telephone services that make over $100 million in a single year for prisons. What they do is they inflate the prices on the phone calls. They charge the inmate and the inmate's families extra money. So, example, in Maryland, If you earn minimum wage, you have to work an hour and a half just for a 10-minute phone call.
What?
So, yeah. There's also Aramark. They're a big food service provider, right?
Yeah, I see them.
They've been accused of having maggots in their food that they served. Corazon Healthcare provides healthcare service to 28 different states. Multi-million-dollar contracts for this service. Huge incentives given to the contractors for very long contracts. So it's actually a disincentive for them to provide the service because you've already been paid for it. So there's people that have died because they've needed a hernia or something like that. There's plenty of people that just die. They just let them die. So the reason nobody talks about mass incarceration or questions it is because it's become so heavily monetized.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
And it's prisons that produce products like jeans and.
Well, I'm about to go through that right now. So much so, yeah, all kinds of corporation investing in this free labor. It's literally all over. Okay, your kids' sports teams, right? That's all prison workers. Microsoft, Boeing, federal inmates that are making the guiding systems for Patriot missile systems.
They're making a guidance system?
Right. You know it's probably all fucking factory work where it's you put the thing on, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
no,
probably
I know
simple.
they don't have no probably the trigger part.
Right,
yeah,
but it's nevertheless
everything
it's
else,
taking up jobs, right?
Yeah.
JCPenney jeans, what you said. Yeah. Victoria's Secret. Anderson Flooding. Or Anderson Flooring, I mean, wood products made in Georgia. And plenty more, man. And it's not only bad because of that. It takes jobs too. Right. It takes jobs from people that could otherwise have those fucking jobs.
But it goes back to the same thing we were talking about at the beginning of this whole show. It's almost free labor.
It is, yeah. It
is. It's a new type of Jim Crow. If you really think about it,
it's a redesigned Jim Crow. Yeah. Is what it is.
Jim Crow 2.0.
Right. I like that actually. Idaho potato, except for I don't fucking like saying that. Idaho potatoes too. Used to be Idaho farmers. They're planted, grown, harvested, packed, and shipped by inmates now. It's fucking, simply put, corporations are operating in prison systems. That's it, and profiting off punishment. So that's real. That's fucking real. Now, these prison industries are so big, it's hard to do away with.
Right.
Too much fucking money. So you got the lawmakers out there that support it because they're being lobbied. And it's an ongoing fucking problem that's only getting bigger and fucking bigger as those numbers in the prison population that I keep telling you keep going up. Yeah. So the most fucked up thing about it all is, according to them, it's all about keeping the public safe. You know what I mean? So they're trying
from
criminals. They're locking criminals up, right?
Yeah. I keep forgetting that part.
They're keeping us safe, Clemmy. They're keeping us safe. Yet we have a system.
It sounds like systematic.
They're going to create the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they got.
And then they're going to profit from the problem. That's what the lockup is. Just phase 2.
Yeah.
That's a home run, 500-foot home run right there. So we have a system that treats you better if you're rich and guilty rather than if you're poor and innocent. Nobody even tries their fucking case. That's a hustle too. What happens, listen to this, okay, is the prosecutor, when you don't even try your case, this is a real deal, right? The prosecutor says you can make a deal and we'll give you 3 years, or you could go to trial and we'll give you 30, or we'll get you 30, is what they say. Mm-hmm. So you want to take that chance, feel free. You know, that's literally how they scare tactics.
You'll take them 3 years and just be like, hey, man.
Right, because you're thinking of 30 like, shit. Yeah. What? You don't even know what it's about. You could be innocent. You're like, I don't want to take a chance to get 30.
You start getting in the fight. That's another 6 months.
Right.
Somebody say you do this. Right. That's another 4 months.
Right.
For long you supposed to be doing 3. You're doing 6.
And they tell you like they're doing you the biggest fucking favor in the world. They're like, look, buddy. You know, just do 3 years. Yeah, we'll just do 3 years, man. Just get you in there real quick. And nobody does it. So much so that 97% of people locked up have taken a plea bargain. A ton of which are innocent. They're just too scared to go to trial and risk getting a longer sentence.
Yeah.
And that
is one of those things where you think about it. And it's the conditioning. So a lot of those people that did take those plea deals were kids that were in juvie.
Exactly.
So they already preconditioned.
They know what it's about.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, I'll take them 3 years.
It's one of the worst violations of human rights. Khalif Browder is a perfect example of that. This dude was innocent. The courts basically punished this dude more for having the audacity to take a deal. He wanted to take it to trial. 3 fucking years later, this guy waited 3 fucking years while he was in solitary confinement for most of it for a crime he didn't even fucking commit. For a fucking backpack, dude. He was a child. Khalif was beat up so many times in jail by prisoners and guards, he tried killing himself on several occasions. Finally, they dropped the charges and he was released, but the damage was done, man. He went ahead and killed himself anyway. He was 22. Fucking, I mean, what?
But what, you ask yourself, like, what gain do these people get out of destroying people like this for no reason?
They don't.
It's money.
I think they've justified it in their head, man. And they said these people belong here. It's the vilification, man. Because why else wouldn't you be a prisoner guard and be like, man, this is wrong? Remember that guy, Mike Wood? I remember seeing him, I think, on the Joe Rogan show a long time ago. He was the cop from Baltimore that fucking retired because he was like, this is bullshit.
This is too much bullshit.
This is fucking bullshit. I'm seeing the same people, and I'm locking them up for petty offenses, and I'm ruining their fucking life. They're thrown in jail. They can't make it to work. Their families are struggling. And he felt so terrible about it, dude. He just fucking withdrew, and he started getting into other things and started being an activist. So the reality is we don't try, man. We don't even think about the people we hire to do these jobs. Otherwise, it would be social workers or teachers, shit like that to try.
Ultimately have a heart to care.
Right. Real rehabilitation, you know?
But would it be, if you think about it, if the primary goal is to put more people in prisons and put more people behind bars, why would you want sympathetic people on the front lines?
Yeah. I mean, that's the deal, man. I mean, I don't think you do.
No, you don't.
You don't want them.
You don't
guys.
want somebody
They're probably
that's
happy
just
when
hey,
when
man,
he left.
no matter what, bro, I'm taking you in because you deserve it.
Yeah, they probably were happy when he
Well, they
when he
deter
left.
that. They sell it. It's like, oh, the rehabilitation rate is like close to 0%. It's hopeless cause.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep. They justify it in their head. They're like, man, these people are fucked, dude. They're animals. Look at them. And it's really easy to think that too, because you couldn't even fathom. If you've never been to fucking prison or jail, you can't fathom what goes on in these dark ass places, man.
Right.
And once people get sent to fucking jail or prison, you don't see them anymore. So they're just in their own place, man. And what goes on in those fucking places is real, man. And it is real fucked up. And people need to understand that, man. These are not places where people go to get better. And it's not, you know, that's
survival.
Yeah, that's the gross thing about it is they keep telling you, hey, man, we're trying to make you safer in the streets. Well, then why the fuck are you fucking them up and then sending them out to us?
Because you're making the person worse and put them back on the street. Especially if you think about it. I have nothing to lose. I didn't do nothing the first time.
Right.
So now I'm going to definitely do something to get back here if I come back.
Right. It's no place for a decent human being with a chance of changing their life around. It's no place.
It's not,
if I would have...
You don't treat them the same way as you treat somebody that doesn't repent or have any kind of remorse about it. You know, if they go in and they're just like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna.
It's
right.
It's really,
I'm glad I did it, you know, and all that. They have that mentality. Then those are the ones that need to stay.
But,
right.
But then you have regular people getting treated like those people.
But imagine if when you got out of jail because our prison system reform rate was so great that people be like, oh, you went through the prison system, bro? All right, you come get a job. Because we know that you've been reformed.
Wouldn't that be something? That would be fucking beautiful.
Instead of it.
I'll tell you this much. If the way I turned my life around, I would have never, if I would have went to prison when I was fucking up, it would have influenced me in a whole different direction.
Made you a worse
it would have made me a worse product, and I would have been out here fucking shit up instead of trying to preach empathy to people and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's real though. It's real, man. It's either rehabilitation or you're fucking these people up, man. And all prisons have become is crime school. Mm-hmm. It's just crime school, man. You get and like we said earlier, I don't know if we were on the air or in between break, but the fucking weak people are the followers, and they're the most ones that are influenced.
Those are the
wannabes, and they're going to end up in the fucking jail, and those are the ones that they're not going to get rehabilitated. They're going to end up fucking following somebody.
So you do this crime like what? All right. I get out in 3 more weeks. I'm going to do.
Right. I like this guy, you know, and they're just trying to be
because they're trying to think they've got no chance once they get out.
Right. Most people wouldn't even keep their pets in the kind of conditions that we keep our inmates.
On purpose.
Word up. That's real, man. There's not even windows in a lot of these fucking places. And, you know, like I said, the Khalif Browder dude, he got fucking solitary confinement for most of his 3 years, dude.
How come there's like good prisons and like, you know, animalistic ones?
It's,
you know, because I've seen some that, you know, it's one man cells. They've got cable TV.
You imagine it's luck of the draw.
But, and I don't.
It's a private industry.
And I think it depends on leadership, like in whatever. If you're in a state where they don't care about people, then you could get away with more. But if you're in a state
there are such thing as good people too, man.
Yeah.
There's some of these people that are actually trying to run. There's people that think like us and say, "Hey, man, not my fucking prison. I run my shit right."
Out there like, I'm gonna rehabilitate you,
right.
Even though you don't see it yet. By the time
they
you leave
love
here,
their guys.
You're gonna be a better person,
right? They're walking by the cells and saying,
There's
"Hey, I believe in you,
like
Jimmy."
that.
Yeah. They're talking them up and stuff, and I imagine that goes on too because you know,
you will at least hope so.
I mean, but that's why, you know, but that's what Mike said. That's bad for business, though.
Hey,
it's bad for business if you're like that. Once you get caught doing that, you know, it's bad enough you're deprived of your fucking liberty, but then you get punished too. You know what I mean? That's fucking. So, if you look back and you look at it all, what are our problems? We have too many laws, locked up too many people for too many things for too long. The sentences are bullshit. While they're locked up, we do nothing to rehabilitate them. And when they get out, we shun them. Job applications. Have you been convicted of a felony? Can't get student loans in most cases. Can't get business license. Food stamps. Can't eat if you're hungry. Private rentals in regards to housing. That question appears on life insurance. It's a permanent scar. Right. The way they handle business. DUI. If you get a DUI at 21 and you're 35, 40 years old and sober as fuck, that DUI should be removed from your fucking thing so you could get a company truck at your next job or do something fucking good with your next job. It shouldn't fucking stain your whole fucking permanent career forever.
Branded.
This is a crazy fact, nearly 30% of black male population in Alabama today has permanently lost their right to vote as a result of criminal conviction. That's today.
30%.
That's today. That's today. Like you said, it's just been redesigned. So it's a permanent scar. And I didn't even mention ALEC. We don't even have time to get into this, but the American Legislative Executive Council, it's a political lobbying group. Basically, ALEC is a private club, and its members are politicians and corporations. So how the fuck are you politicians and corporations in the same private club? Real talk, man. Like, and then this ALEC people, they're the ones that are about to get fucking Governor DeSantis. They implement laws. So Governor DeSantis is trying to get law passed to shoot and kill looters.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So these are where these laws come from: the stand your ground, the fucking citizens arrest, the fucking all these laws. It comes from ALEC. Under the umbrella of ALEC, corporate members get to propose laws to their political counterparts. So through ALEC, corporations have a huge say in our lawmaking, and by huge, it means laws get passed. It means money. Huge means money. Huge means fucking donor.
And every time you make a law like that, who you think would benefit from that? Like
exactly. Prisons.
But you think it would be like a gun maker that would want people to be more...
Well, let's take Stand Your Ground, for example. Stand Your Ground made money because Walmart was one of the ALEC vendors or donors. So basically, they sold more guns because of the Stand Your Ground law. So they're all in on that shit. They're cool. But then ALEC tried to flip it up though. Recently, they're realizing they're like, oh, we're not bad. We're flipping it up. We're pro black people now, you know. So they changed their tune, but that's what was going on there. But they're still making laws. So it's so fucked, man. It really is.
Then you got the define looters, and it gets real sticky real fast, bro.
And look, whether it's political or racial or both, does it really even matter at this point? You know, that's the whole point of this because it's affecting us all. So you see, it's not just police brutality. It's not just lack of accountability for cops that kill people. There's a lot more to consider in this. I read something the other day that was super on point. It says police violence, that isn't the problem in it of itself. It's a reflection of a much larger brutal system of racial and social control known as mass incarceration, which authorizes the kind of police violence we see today. And that is a fucking well put statement.
Because it gives them the right to mass incarcerate.
Right. It's just they're doing the job, man. They're out here fucking doing
and
what they
wonder
gotta
if it's
do.
like, hey man, how many people have you locked up this week? Well, I only got 2. And you need 5 more. It's like, what if it's a quota?
Fuck, dude, that'd be even darker. Wow, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
That would get out. That would leak, though.
Nah, bro.
Incentives for having the most.
Well, they do get paid vacation for killing people. I don't want to get into that. Look,
bro.
So let's take the next. This is what I'm saying. Let's take the next 50, 100 years, if we're lucky, and wherever it goes from here, and let's make it about love, man. Let's switch it up. Let's make it about empathy, unconditional empathy. Right. Let's start giving people benefit of the doubt. Let's start doing random acts of kindness. Let's cut the strings off and stop being government puppets. Let's start investing in each other, man, and learn how to love again as a nation, dude, and just fucking and come together and realize what's happening. Let's acknowledge what's happening and come together, because our kids and our grandkids and everybody are looking at us to do something about it.
Let's be accountable.
That's right. So,
Accountable, bro.
So that's how I feel about that. And yeah, you got to remember what goes down in history, man. It's easy to forget about a lot of this stuff because it comes and goes, and it's information overload.
But
you're so busy and consumed with your day-to-day
It's the same thing, just under a different guise.
Yeah.
And
it's evolved too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The package is a little bit different, but it's still the same thing.
Still the same thing, man. So let's get into some happy times, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, man. Hey, if you're still listening, thank you. Hey, real talk. If you're still listening to this time, no, real talk. If you're still listening at this time, I appreciate you. I really do, because I know you're trying to get it right, and you're trying to get everybody to come together, and that's what this is, man. We're just trying to get everybody to understand that people come first, man. We as Americans are actually the government of the United States, and it's easy to forget that the way we're talked to in the condescending ways, and we're always getting pushed left and right to fucking get our votes and get manipulated with all this stuff that you see every day. It's very easy to forget about everything that goes on, but really, all you have when you wake up to when you go to bed is us. It's us. So go talk to your neighbors. Go talk to people. Go those people you don't even associate with. Go see about it. You might even like them. That's the thing. Like, you don't even know what you're getting into, and you're gonna fucking love it. It's truly, you got to break that comfort bubble, man. We all have our comfort zones, and you got to get out of that shit, man.
Well, before you go believing all that bullshit you see on TV and stuff, this bullshit media. Go see what's going on outside your front door.
That's true.
Right.
Go outside of your own neighborhood.
Yeah, and talk to people.
And just say hello.
Yeah, man. That's a new thing, man.
You don't even have to talk initially if you don't want to. You just go observe. So you can see what's going on.
Yeah. Let it come to you like a game.
Yeah.
when you're in a basketball game, it's like, hey, man, you ain't got to take the shot. Just wait. It'll
right.
come. Let the game come to you.
Yep.
That's right. Mike, go walk. Even if you don't feel like being social, the socialness will come to you, but be accepting. Just say, hey, you know, this is all we got. And these people aren't bad, man. That's the thing. The manipulation makes you think that everybody outside your door is a bad person. Oh, if you vote for this person, you're bad. If you do this, you're bad. If you think this is what they stand for. This is bullshit. It's all bullshit, man. It's bullshit, and you're wasting your life on that shit.
Because none of us are one thing. You know what I'm saying? None of us are just like, I don't care, even if you do vote for a certain person or on a certain side, that don't mean like everything that they project out is what you believe.
Right.
On no level. So
we just saw that it's fucking, a lot of it is.
So a lot of it is like, okay, you line up here, but you may not line up there. But just because I vote that way, that don't make me that type of person. It could be just.
Yeah, but if you are that type of person that is so engulfed in this politician or that politician, then you're the real sheep.
Yeah.
If you're all in on that, then you are blind as a bat.
But there's hope, because you could stop being a sheep today.
Yeah.
You could fucking unsheep yourself.
Is a way to do it.
It got that serum.
It's got that serum.
antidote.
Hey, man, we should sell that. Unsheep yourself.
Unsheep yourself. I love it. All right. Like it or not, fellas, let's get into some happy times. Let's do it. Bill Belichick fires back at a reporter saying, I'm not going to apologize for my record over the past 20 years. I've seen a lot worse. Like it or not, Clemmy.
I like it. Because he understands. You got to think about it. There's a lot of people on the Patriots that opted out not to play this year because of COVID. So he's competitive with like half a hand.
Right.
And he knows that.
Right.
And you got to think about it. One thing Bill Belichick is going to do right now, before he leaves, he's going to let everyone understand that he didn't need Tom Brady to be successful. So however that happens,
Wow.
I think he's going to make it happen.
But then that contradicts what you said about Brady needs Belichick. Brady don't.
Hey, I know.
You think he's going to bounce back?
I know, but watching him this year,
I think he's done.
bro. No, he's like Nick Saban, bro.
Yeah, he is kind of like Nick Saban.
He is Nick Saban.
But he's not going to find another Brady. I think the combination between Brady and Belichick was so special that they both needed each other to a certain degree.
I think so.
To make what happened happen.
But his
That dynasty, yeah.
Dynasty
You only
was
get one
I
dynasty.
don't think neither one of them would ever sing to where they were at today. Before together, there's no way.
Yeah. We'll never see that again in our lifetime.
Yeah.
No, that was one that was special.
Because even like I love Mahomes and I love Andy Reid, but I don't think they're gonna have the same longevity as.
I mean, it's not possible, right? Unless
so then you need that amount of time to win that amount of championships.
Yeah. Like it or not, Mike.
I like it, man, because Belichick is human.
Yeah.
After all,
he's mortal.
he can. He can't. They can't all be winners, man.
That's right.
You gotta lose too.
I like it because first of all, I get to light this LeBron joint. And we've been waiting all episode because I was like, guys, I can't light this joint because I smoked one of these last night. I just got some shit called LeBron James.
You gonna like that or what?
And and basically it's so goddamn strong. So I like it because
LeBron strong.
It is LeBron strong.
So dunk on somebody.
I think they planted this shit right after he won the championship because it seems like about time to harvest. Bill Belichick is fucking amazing. So he could say whatever he wants, but that does seem like the one-liner that it was right on time that he would say that. Be like, hey, I'm not going to apologize for my record past 20 years. Right? That sounds so Belichick, and it's like it's so Belichickian. So I got love for him in that regard. I do think that this might be the end, though, man, because I don't think that he's going to find another quarterback to fill that shoes that he needs, and I don't know how he'll reestablish him other than a solid quarterback.
Well, I think, bro, the only thing that
Belichick's bold
scheme.
How many years does Belichick have left? You think 5, 10?
I say 5. I don't think it's no more than 5.
It depends on if he wins or loses.
Bro, he don't have nothing to prove right now. The only thing he's proving.
I know, right off into the sunset, now. Right now.
The only thing he proves now is that.
You'd stay, Mike?
Yeah. He needs a non-COVID season.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he needs to prove on some level. Because you got to think about it. Before Brady, he's had the Browns, bro. And you remember how the Browns end up. So imagine if you're thinking about somebody that has that much ego.
Go to the Jets.
No, bro.
No. Be like Brady. Brady went to the 35-win Lakers.
That'd be worse.
That haven't made the playoffs in 5 seasons.
But, hey, bro.
Go to the Cowboys.
No, it'd be just as bad. Mike.
I think it'd be just as bad. But he said something interesting to me because Bill Belichick with Sam Darnold. That may be scary.
Oh, man.
You bring Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, instead of bringing Sam to you, go to him.
Yeah, you bring.
Fuck you, come to me.
Yeah, you bring Josh McDaniels, the whole defensive style.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that may be.
That's interesting. I just fucking freestyled that. I didn't even think it had that written or anything.
All right, I see you.
I like that, though.
So that was one.
I like that. The irony is being highlighted that LeBron in the West suddenly has superstars heading to the East, like it or not.
I could go first.
Go ahead, man.
Love it. Because now he the king of the West, man.
He's scaring them all. You think he's scaring everybody out of the West?
Undisputedly, bro, you know that wherever he at, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
And then think about it. They got Schroeder.
We're smoking his weed.
Man. They got Schroeder.
Yeah, they got Schroeder now. You're right.
And then Klay Thompson looked like he tore his Achilles, bro.
I know. That's sad, though.
That's sad.
That hurt my feelings.
But
I know.
Then,
I don't wish that on anybody.
I don't wish that on nobody.
And I love Klay.
But then think about it.
But you think that Klay, right, when he heals his Achilles, will come back with LeBron?
That's what I'm thinking.
Steal him now and let him rehab and say, hey, bro, go ahead and park it over there, bro. When you get better, come on.
That's a whole season.
It's a whole season, yeah. Another season. He just came back for a God damn. I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for him.
Fragile, man.
But
that is delicate.
Yeah.
Like China.
Petite.
Tinkerbellish.
Petite little ankles.
Leave that man alone, man.
No. Clay's the man, though. He's a beast, dude, and I feel bad about him, man. So, yeah, that's a terrible deal. But LeBron, I do think is forcing. I like it because I think he is. Dude, who wants to play LeBron a bunch of times in a season and get exposed?
Harden trying to run.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Durant, as soon as Durant seen him, he
hauled ass. Durant was like, "Oh, you West? I'm East.
I'm East.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
I can win over here.
Yeah.
At least I'm gonna be in the Champions Finals. Like what?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna win?
So I like it. I think there's a lot of merit to it. Everybody's hauling ass. Get away from me, Bron.
Right.
Yeah.
Bron.
I like it because you guys like it. All right, what's next?
I like that.
Love
Isaiah Thomas was asked who the 5 toughest NBA players he had to face was. He said Magic, Kareem, Bird, Dr. J, then Michael Jordan. And he said, I want to put like it or not, but I want to put context to this. He said, hey, man, you said who I played.
Yeah.
Jordan sucked when I played. I whooped his ass every time I played him. And that's true. So Jordan didn't come alive until the 90s. So in the 80s, that's all Isaiah Thomas done. Isaiah Thomas had a dynasty. And he was competing with the best of if anything, we should be talking about Isaiah Thomas because he was competing with the Magic and Kareems and the Birds fucking Celtic dynasty.
They played harder D.
They played harder D.
Way
they were the
rougher,
physical.
tougher.
They were the good call. They were the physical.
Yeah, it was real physical.
They set the tone for the physicality in the NBA.
Yeah, it was a lot of fights.
Does it have merit, like it or not?
I like it because Isaiah and Michael Jordan hate each other, and every chance they get,
dream team.
Every chance they get, they help you understand that. Hey, I really don't like him, and I like it because it's like 2 competitive warriors. It's like, bro, still.
Here's my question, Mike: is he disrespectful for being honest?
No.
Do you think?
No, that's why I like.
I don't think so too.
That's why I like his answer. It's like
The disrespectful would lie in how you deliver that honesty. That's all. Not the honesty.
And he was very cool about it. He was chill. He's always been chill. There's obviously something there with Isaiah not getting in on the dream team and that little Jordan beef they got. There's obviously something there.
Something personal.
But it's that kind of.
But Isaiah has that notch under his belt. That dude.
I beat you.
I beat you. Like 70, 80%.
Isaiah can almost say like you owe me.
Yeah.
Because I beat you up.
I made you get strong and get tough. Go on and kill people. Yeah. That's a good point too. Yeah.
It's one of those things.
And maybe he's trying to give Dr. J some love too, because nobody talks about Dr. J.
And Dr. J was a bad dude.
And nobody talks about Dr. J. And Dr. J was a bad dude. I wish I would have got to see more Dr. J. I didn't get to see hardly any Dr. J. I just seen highlights.
He was like the silky smooth of Michael Jordan game.
Yeah.
Not the killer part where he fade away.
Did you get to see any Dr. J?
Yeah, that's the only time basketball was on TV. I thought was when Dr. J was playing.
See?
Yeah.
The only time I watched it.
No shit.
It was
I wish I would have got to see one game with Dr. J.
Yeah. But when it was like
I could probably look it up, huh?
The silky smooth part of Michael Jordan's game, like the whole, like when he.
How come I don't see Dr. J anywhere or hear anything about him?
That baseline dunk, that was Dr. J. Jones.
Moses Malone was a big beast in that too. A big reason for that success. All right, DeAndre Hopkins monster catch the other night. Was it the best most ever? Like it or not, Mike?
I think it needs to be something different than a most. It's something you got DeAndre.
Bring the heat, Mike. Bring the heat, Mike.
Hey, that's hot.
Bring the heat.
I like it.
I like that.
Because he's right.
Yeah, it's different.
DeAndre,
he's different.
is it different?
That's a 3-on-1 like Vegas special right there. Something you got to pay extra for that.
Stop everything. Shut the show down,
Bro.
He's right.
Yeah,
and that's bold because Moss is Moss. Randy fucking Moss is Randy fucking Moss, but DeAndre fucking Hopkins is DeAndre fucking Hopkins.
He's a more animal than Randy Moss.
And it's a weird type of thing because he's not like fast like Antonio Brown or like built like Des Bryant or something like that. He's different.
He's just an animal.
He's athletic as fuck.
Yeah.
He's strong but skinny.
Yeah.
He's got hands for days. He's got Michael Thomas hands. And the dude, it seems like you throw it anywhere in the vicinity of the arena and he'll catch it.
He's catching it.
So there's
it was
something going on with him. Is he the best receiver in the league right now?
Period.
I think so too.
I can't say that.
Period.
I can't say
it's
he's
so
the
tough.
best.
There's so many of them.
He's him. He's special in his own way. He stands out as a top receiver, but the best, no. I don't think he's that as consistent as a best receiver would be.
But no, the reason why
he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Bro.
But he had
The only reason
DK's coming along too.
No,
consistency once again is an issue with DK.
Yeah.
Right. This is the thing. All receivers in the NFL are a different person. Yeah. It's like give me one receiver that does something that another receiver does.
You don't.
You don't. They're all their own. OBJ.
Because DK Metcalf is a whole
Antonio Brown, DK
animal.
Metcalf. They're different. They're all different in their own ways. DeAndre Hopkins.
But I think DeAndre Hopkins
I'm missing like a million wide receivers right now. Listen, don't get mad at me.
The reason why I put DeAndre Hopkins
LeBron James.
maybe at 1B or A is because of one thing. He's all those guys at one. He's strong.
That's what I was trying to say.
He's kind of strong like DK.
Yeah.
Like one-on-one, you cannot do nothing with him.
Yeah.
You got 3 people in the air. All these people get paid to stop people from catching the ball.
Right.
This man high point over 3 people to the point in the photo.
It was an end of a movie scripted ending. The only thing that was missing it wasn't for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like everything was perfect.
Ball, even the way the dude,
even the throw,
even the throw,
when he just whipped it, it's like, nah, you're not gonna catch it.
Yeah,
like, you're not gonna catch it. Nobody's
dude. The way he throws too,
it's scary.
Dude, that motherfucker.
He's
a bad motherfucker.
They got 2 dudes on their team.
It's the reason I lost that game to Mike last night.
Yeah,
or the night before, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday
last night.
Yeah, I picked fucking Arizona. I thought they were gonna win, man.
Me too.
We all picked Mike. Mike got that one. Mike said Seattle.
Yeah.
Home, bitch. Let's go.
Is there time in the rotation for a win?
And that's true, too. He did say that, too. He was right.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Because they were evenly matched. Same record, It's like.
Almost the same team if you think about it. You got one good wide receiver.
You got Russell Wilson and you got younger Russell Wilson.
Dude, I think that was the fucking ultimate call about having the new Most. You got DeAndre, dog. It doesn't sound as good as Most, but we got to come up with something.
Yeah.
You got hopped.
You got hopped.
You got Hopskins.
Yeah.
You got hop skinned.
Yeah. Instead of hop. Yeah. What's his name? Hopkins. God damn! I just fucked up his name. God damn! That's
you got hop skinned. Hop skinned and jumped. Hop skinned and out jumped.
It was ugly, man.
Oh man, dude.
And you got dudes piling off of him. Looking back, like, how the fuck he catch that ball?
Yeah, he came down with it.
Even the DBs around him was looking like
they out jumped him. They even jumped up early. Did you notice that they jumped early?
It was more of a timing thing because he peaked when he right at the ball.
Yeah, but this is crazy.
They went early.
Right. And this is the other crazy thing. They all jumped. Those guys were there before him, and he springed up. And not only did he jump and get to the ball above them, he jumped before them.
Yeah.
So he got up to that
means
spot.
He hung in the air longer than
and that means his bounce is harder too. That's why he gets up higher.
Yeah.
He's got them springs, bro. He's just boom. I know people like that, man. They just fucking got bounced, dude. Like I was one of them.
And then you got 3 people around.
Not like that though.
You catch the ball and you come down with it, bro. Like that's crazy, man.
3 in the middle, like surrounded.
Yeah. Dude, you
by
can't,
3 pro defenders.
3 pro defenders.
You can give me a blank screen on a video game thing, right? I can't draw you up a scenario and put guys more in places.
The quarterback falling out of bounds, throw the ball back in bounds.
Just like that's like a blind whip throw.
Yeah,
it was like just whoop.
And it was on the
Not
arc.
even looking.
That's how he throws it, though.
I know.
It's so weird. It's so unorthodox. I see like I see Michael Vick throw like that on occasions and shit. Like he flips it.
Yeah.
Like he'll flip it, and I've seen some other quarterbacks do it, but he does it every time, and he has to do it because he's so small.
Yeah.
But he's got a fucking rocket. That thing comes out of his fucking. It's like a Philip. It's like a half-ass Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
It's like, like he's flicking a yo-yo out that bitch, dude.
It's like flying past people. Hey, man, don't touch that.
But that bitch is on point.
On point.
He's putting them balls in places where you'll look up and you go, oh shit. Thanks. Tight end, the tight end they got, dude. He there was one ball where he was running to the outside, dude, and he threw this ball from his angle. He's Jose's size. He's fucking Hoagie. It's
like
fucking
5'9"
Hoagie. It's
5'4",
5'4".
Yo,
dude, man.
Yo,
you walk up on him like you're not an NFL quarterback, little boy.
Yo, it's Hoagie with a helmet on. So he ducks back like this, and there's 2 guys right there, and there's 2 guys right there, and he fucking flips it between them, right? No bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know how he saw the tight end running to the fucking side. He fucking threw it over, and it was not like, hey, go get this. It was. Dude, you don't have to do shit. Just keep running. The tight end, the tight end looked up.
It's coming right to you.
This shit's here. He goes, boom. He goes, runs right out of bounds with it. It's a perfect fucking 15-yard first down pickup. And
2-yard line.
And it had to been all field. He might as well be Ray Charles out there. You can't see shit. You can't see shit.
He's using the force, man.
Right.
You can't see shit at his height.
I smell him over there at 23 degrees, 0.7.
That's fucking. I know you're right, dude. That's what's so amazing about this kid.
It's crazy, bro. What we're seeing with this dude, and it's not just because he's successful. It's how small he is and how dynamic he is at that size, and he's fast as fuck, and he's accurate. Precision is on point.
But he's more quick than he fast.
And dude, I don't know what to do with him, but he is impressing me more and more every game.
It's hard to get a good hit on him because it's like he's so little. It's like hard.
You know about me and running quarterbacks, and look what me and Mike. We told you fucking
like
about
him,
and look who's regressing.
Yeah, no, bro, he's not regressing.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
I beg to differ.
The only reason
Lamar Jackson.
The only reason why Lamar Jackson is not regressing is because Lamar Jackson got a good head coach, and
they're going to lose this week to the Titans.
They can lose,
and then they're 6-4.
Yeah, they can lose.
And people were predicting them to go undefeated before the season started. That's how high they were on Lamar.
MVP.
Not you. You were honest about it. You said they'll lose a few. You were honest.
But the only reason why I say this,
other people though, I heard a lot of hype around. He has
a good head coach,
a great head coach,
and he's a part of a great organization.
So they're going to get the defense together. They're going to figure it out. Okay.
He'll be all right. It may not be this year.
What are they doing this year?
I don't know, bro.
They can't be a first round and out. That's not progression.
No. Mm-mm. So they got to do.
You got to get at least 2.
Yeah.
But a 2 and out though, that's so slow, minuscule. It's almost like it's not even.
Hey, bro. But yeah,
I mean, depends on who they go out to and how they go out.
And
there's a lot of context that has to.
You think he just needs to build a stronger passing game?
Yeah.
Because they shut down the run, they're done.
They done, and everybody see that. So now
they're okay with going man to man.
They got to repackage.
But my thing is, it's coming to fruition because he's running and he's gonna run into that fucking wall because he's trying to throw and he's confused right now. He's not on his game right now. But you can tell he's trying to learn whatever his coach is teaching him.
But he's still just 23 too, yo.
Yeah,
still a young dude.
No, I'm just saying, man. I don't look at who he is. I look at the Michael Vicks in the.
But he's different.
He is different.
He's different.
How?
I think he has a better arm than Big had. I think he's
What?
I do.
Accuracy wise?
I think he's more accurate than Big.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think he's in a better system.
I can see the accuracy.
He has a better head coach.
A little bit.
And he has a better. He's in a
It's
better
still to be
organization.
determined. It's still to be determined, man.
They're gonna fix. I'm telling you, bro.
He is the MVP though, but
Just think about it. Do you trust Baltimore with a dynamic player like him?
he ain't playing the MVP LeBron ball though.
Oh no. but what he did then, bro, it's like nobody had never seen that.
Yo, that was the
Where are we at?
Yo,
What is this one?
all I know is that LeBron Trees was the MVC, most valuable cannabis. That shit is fucking legendary.
Yeah.
New Orleans coach Sean Payton is starting Taysom Hill this week over Jameis Winston, like it or not. Mike, OGB, talk to me now.
That's a tough one. I like it. I think they could go either way. And I think that they will go both ways in the course of the game.
Okay.
I think they're going to use them both, but
Who
I
do
mean-
they play this week? I don't even fucking know. What
Falcons.
was it?
Yeah.
Falcons.
Falcons.
I think that was okay.
No.
No, it is. You're
No.
right. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Your gut was right because now I'm remembering. Like it or not,
I think the Falcons are going to beat them, though, without
Yeah.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, I think so too. I like it because now,
Clemmy knows.
and the reason why I like it,
I was trying to let him down softly because I know he likes New Orleans. I was like, oh man, yeah, and then he's like, I think so too.
no, but there's so much hype around this guy. Like
Yeah.
he's the second coming of whoever that he's another gadget with the Peyton being the coach and he's a quarterback.
You think he's gonna win? But you just said you think the Falcons are gonna win. Though.
I don't think he's that guy.
You think they should play Jameis?
I don't, bro. I think they should pay him so they can get the hype out the way. Because the longer you sit him in the background, the longer you let him off the hook for being who they say he is.
And you're gonna make him nervous.
And you making him
More nervous.
Yeah, and you making him feel so.
Now he's
I
looking
like
at you
that.
like you don't
You're
believe
right.
me.
You changed my mind.
Now he's looking
Yeah.
at you like, damn, you don't believe in me. And I'm gonna say I like it because how could I not like Sean Payton? I gotta trust whatever he fucking goes with.
Exactly.
Whatever he's seeing in practice, I agree with him.
Yeah.
He's one of the best coaches I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Taste-
He's gonna go down as a Hall of Fame coach for fucking ever. Go ahead,
Taysom's
Mike.
been in that system longer than Jameis, too.
And Casey,
Yeah.
and
So
he's-
yeah, and that's what Sean Payton's relying on. He knows the system, and
he's
Jameis is
dynamic
stupid.
enough where you can run him. Now
Yeah.
you got a runner on the
And
field.
Jameis is probably talking about eating W's still. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, he
Fuck that piece of shit.
You
Yeah.
mad because he did do the W eating that when they beat y'all.
Yeah, dude. Well, no,
That's
I'm mad because he fucked with the Uber driver and he
But
and,
at the same time,
and he
if-
stands on picnic tables and yells, "Fuck that pussy!"
if Taysom Hill
Like, he
if
does retarded
Taysom
shit.
Hill loses this game and they go back to Winston. Winston basically, if he lose that game, that puts the Bucks number one.
I know. That's what I told you. We're
So
gonna be consistent. We got this.
This year,
I
it
wasn't
could go
worried.
through Jameis Winston anyway.
Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be fucking funny? Wouldn't it
That's
be funny
the
if
irony
it
of
came down to
football.
us and they beat us
I know.
with Jameis Winston
With
over
Jameis-
Brady?
I know.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh,
That would be fucking crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
can
we
see
love
that
football.
happening.
But that's why we love
I would
it.
fucking kill myself.
Yeah.
Coronavirus numbers.
Well, regardless, Corey thinks that Jameis is, school in the summertime, no class.
Yes. It's well, he's proven it. When Mama says, when somebody shows you, that's why I don't like these politicians.
Mama said, Mama
'Cause
said, Mama
just
said.
like
Mama
everything,
said.
listen, just like everything we talked about today, all the politicians that were bullshit, full of shit. When they do that shit, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. When I catch you, I catch you. Especially in a day like today where we're fed so much
2.8
bullshit.
million.
You got to take those definite facts of information when you get those and you got to fucking write them down or something. And just remember that, holy shit,
So
these people are fucking bullshitting
From
us the whole time.
From 250,000 people to 2.5 million over 20 years, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't, and look, man, you got to listen to facts in life. So Jameis Winston has shown me he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And I don't trust him until he goes to a long time.
I said yeah before I meant that yeah. That was a bullshit yeah.
Look, hey, I'll put it to you like this. My heart's still open for him. If he wants to go to build a school or some shit and just start doing some super nice shit, dude, I'm Team Jameis all day.
As long as your heart stay open, bro.
Yeah, and I'm going to look for him. Of course.
Okay.
You know me. I would never close my heart to anybody unless you really did some fucking foul shit, like some Epstein shit or something. But, all right. Coronavirus numbers up at Thanksgiving time. Traveling or not?
Not traveling.
Fuck no.
Not traveling unless I'm.
Are you doing a family thing?
Yeah, at the house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the big family. No.
I'm not.
No.
We trimmed it all down, and me and Jackie are trying to not to do nothing.
Yeah, I'm just doing something.
We're trying to do our own thing because we feel like that. Because we looked at the coronavirus numbers and fucking because Canada has their Thanksgiving in October. It's like October 8th or whatever. So there you see the spike. It is fucking crazy. It's this, and then you see, and you're like, oh, holy fuck. Okay, well, I'm not going nowhere because you know it's going to be everywhere. Everybody's coming in town. People are going to fuck everything up. We just did a story where 1 in every 5 grocery store workers already has it. Yeah. So, dude.
No, and the good thing about
just be careful.
But one thing about my family, what we've been doing a lot of is
wash your ass and wash your mask.
Zooming. So we like Zoom.
That's smart.
My
I like that.
mom's birthday party was last week, and she had a Zoom birthday party last Friday night.
All I want to do is in a zoom, and a boom, boom.
So, but I mean, just like using technology so you're not around people like that, bro, because it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Well, that's cool. You like it or not, Mike? Traveling?
I'm not traveling anymore.
No, but do you like people that are like should they not travel for Thanksgiving? Should you? In other words,
I don't think you should be getting on a plane going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
If you can travel somewhere, get in the car and go with your immediate family.
Right. Yeah. If you got a fucking Winnebago or some shit,
be vigilant.
Yeah.
And I kind of go by this. I mean, I don't know how scientific this is, but if you've been doing something and it's been working, keep doing it.
That's a good message. I like that.
I mean, I don't know because we don't know. It's like a silent. Nobody could control it. It's just one of those things that we have to do it with. But if you've been hanging around the same people and you're in your bubble,
it's my same circle.
Yeah, if you're in your bubble and your bubble hasn't had
work life and home life, if it's very tight,
God
so keep doing it.
In that situation, and you haven't had.
In other words, don't go out. He said.
Yeah, and it's not even. I'm not saying not even going out.
I'm bugging.
Whatever you do, keep. I believe if we keep doing that and like not stress about it, because you got to think about it. I think some of it is nothing we could have done about coronavirus.
I would encourage people this, man, because some people like me got an older mom that could be potentially hurt by this stuff. Yeah. So if you feel like 10 years from now, you'll look back on something right now, and if it'll be that important to you, if it's, and then you weigh that against, well, if is it worth my mom getting sick or somebody like that?
That's what I'll be thinking about.
So I'm like, well, all right, well, if it's not worth that, so you know what? I'm going to pack it in. Just this one Thanksgiving, I'm going to sit this one out. No big deal. No big deal.
Because I'll be thinking, what if I take it?
I'm still going to celebrate.
Yeah, what if I'm the carrier?
I can Zoom, like you said.
Yeah, like God forbid. But what
God forbid we use this technology we have to fucking stay safe.
Yeah.
God forbid we use the technology to stay safe. God forbid.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody just.
I think Zoom's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. So yeah, I'm not for the flying shit. I think a lot of people should just park it right now, man, because you've seen the numbers going up, and just look at Canada and what their numbers did. All right, HuffPost had an article out telling male friends, "I love you" is a muscle men need to flex every day, like it or not.
I like it.
I love it.
I
tell y'all I love you all the time. Yeah, I love you guys.
It ain't nothing but love behind that.
Yeah, I love a lot of people, man. Everybody out there knows I love them too, man. Yeah, I'm a lovable motherfucker, dude. I love everybody.
Likes all around.
Even if I don't like you, I'll find something about you I love.
You got to.
Yeah, I'll if I hang out with you long enough, no bullshit. Yeah. I'll be like, fuck. I like this guy.
Something about that guy.
Yeah, I fucking like him.
Kill him.
It's cool. Yeah, but I think you like it or not, Mike.
I like it. Likes all around.
Yeah, you say loves all the time, so I know you love it.
You're crazy, but I love you. Man.
I love you, man. Now, I think this is good though that this article came out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because men feel like, man, it's gay, man, or something like that, or even the fact that they got to say no homo. When they say something like that, you know how they do that? They be like, "Hey man, I love you, no homo." It's like you don't even have to say that, dog. I'm not trying to fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you cute.
Yeah, even if I was homo, dude, I wouldn't fuck you because you're an ugly motherfucker. So no, real talk though. But people don't have to feel like that, man. People need to be. It goes along with everything else about getting out of your comfort zone. And look, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm 40 years old and I've known this my whole fucking life, pretty much. The more you stress out about shit, the more insecure it looks on your own self. So if you're secure about who you are and as a person, then you should be cool enough to fucking hug a fucking gay dude just because you fucking love him and not feel some sort of way and just actually engage in a normal way. It's people always put these extra emotions on in front of stuff, and it's really not even real.
It's not.
There's nothing there. It's all in their head, and they add pressure to something based off our society. But a lot of it is our society and making them feel this way. So that I understand that too. Well, I'm here to tell you, hey, the more you like anti anything, the more that might be in your little toolbox. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I've always thought that. I've always been like, hey, man, you know.
He's not a real man now.
So just open up to loving everybody, man. Nobody's trying to fuck you.
Yes.
I don't think so.
High Times listed their 5 top strains of 2020. Let's see if we're on there, dude, because I know I smoked just one just now, dude. I could barely get through the rest of this. 5th, strawberry banana.
Never had it.
Now I got what did I do with that? God damn it. Never mind. I had the notes on this shit. The 4th was white Tahoe cookies.
Never had it.
No.
3rd was Irish cream.
No.
2nd was Kim Dog. I've had that.
Yes.
Yep. And 1st is Godfather OG. I've had that in a vape pen.
Oh.
I've had a oil one. I think those are
stellar.
Yeah. But I like it though. Like it or not, I like it.
Yeah.
Top 5. They need to put LeBron James on that bitch.
I like it more if I tried them.
Yeah. Football picks right now. Currently, Clemmy is in the lead with 93, OGB 82, 91, and Tokes all the way in the fucking back.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I'm going to get some fucking
bronze.
I'm going to walk to fucking
I'll be
Cheesecake
with
Factory.
you. We'll go together.
We're fucking walking, dude.
No, Mike, you been being solid. Might make me nervous.
All right, here we go.
Fuck you.
Week 11. All right, we already had the Cardinals and Seahawks. I was the lone wolf. I already won that one.
All right.
At this point. All right, next we have the Steelers at the Jags.
I got Steelers.
Steel City. All right, Lions at Panthers.
Panthers.
Ooh, I got the Lions.
Let's go!
You know, there's
Teddy Bridgewater.
there's no Teddy.
No Teddy.
Teddy's out.
I'm shaking.
Oh no, man! No! I should have said that.
Who is it?
Lions.
No, I don't even know.
Let's go. Let's line up.
Oh man!
I love you.
Patriots at Texans.
Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm gonna take the Texans on that one.
Oh, you know what?
I want to be lone wolf McGillicuddy.
I'm going
Nah,
Texans.
man.
I'm going Texans.
Hey, you like that dude on The Price is Right? It's like
I don't
800.
want
He's like 801.
I like your picks, Mike. I like your picks.
Mike's been solid. He's
Yeah.
been solid.
All right, Titans at the Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
Oh wait, I didn't do that one. Oh yeah, I did. Wait, did I?
Yeah,
Titans.
I got the Titans.
Damn, that shit's good. That shit's strong as fuck.
All right.
I want the. Let me change it, man, because I was talking about the Titans first.
You got the Ravens or you got?
I had the Ravens.
Oh man, you
Titans.
can't change.
You just changed too.
Hey, you got to draw a single line through it. Initial.
I'm one of them repression motherfuckers. You can't do it even though I did.
I'm gonna stay with the Ravens.
Oh, man.
I can. Yeah, I'm stay with the Ravens.
You're staying with the Ravens?
Yeah, I'm staying.
Good shit. You got the Ravens, Mike?
No,
I got the Titans.
You got the right team, man. They're gonna run the ball up the middle all day on them.
man.
Fucking win that game.
All right, the Eagles at
Ravens get blown out that game.
Okay.
Ravens get exposed.
for the
Exposure.
fools.
Bold.
I was staying with him.
Bold.
I'm staying with him.
31 to 10.
Oh,
Boom.
he still be okay.
38-10.
72-10.
What we got next, Mikey?
All right, we got the Eagles at the Browns. I got the Browns.
I got the Browns.
Eagles.
Oh man, fly, Robin, fly.
Man, they got to win eventually.
Hey, man.
Nah.
Don't wince yet.
All right, we got the Falcons at the Saints.
Fucking
Saints.
I'm taking the Falcons.
I got the Falcons.
Woo, lone wolf, plenty for now. Bengals.
I thought it was going to be Winston.
Oh, we'll
man.
take the Saints. We'll take the Saints.
Oh,
You could change your pick. Oh,
you want to change it?
I'm just lying to you, dog. You could change your pick.
No, you know what? I'm still with Saints. I got a good feeling about Chase.
I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah.
If you're anything like me, you'll change the winner to the loser.
I know, that's all. That's all.
Yeah, I'll be changing all the winners to losers.
Talk yourself into losing.
I know, and I still change picks. I don't know what I'm doing. I went for too many crazy ones at the beginning of the year, dude. I was trying to get a fucking 10-game lead. Now I'm 10 games behind.
You want to have the best. You want to have the best long shot pick ever.
I do. I always. That's the thing. I do. But I do hit though on the long shots. I fucking do know when the fuckings are comings.
It's like golfing and you get an eagle, but you're still shot in the hundreds.
Right. You good, but you ain't great. That's so true. That's so true.
You good, but you ain't great.
Right.
That's
You
a
had that
hurt-
one good shot.
Yeah.
I played like shit, but I hit that 40-foot putt.
Remember that one time? Yeah.
You're like, what?
All right, next we got the Bengals at the Washington football team. I got the Bengals.
Got the Bengals.
Let's go Redskins.
Oh, Jets at Chargers. I got baby Brady.
I got
Chargers.
I got that baby Brady.
It's not blasphemous anymore.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell you.
I'm slowly
Yeah.
becoming.
You see it.
He's coming off the Harold Miner.
You see it.
He's coming off.
I'm not saying he's. I'm not saying he's the GOAT or even close to that. I'm saying he resembles the. You know.
If
If he wakes up next year and sucks though,
It's
he's
the
Harold
hair.
Miner.
It's the hair.
He's Harold Miner.
Breaking it back out.
All right, Dolphins at the Broncos. I got the Fins.
I got
Broncos.
the Lions,
Oh,
Tua.
man.
Broncos.
Cowboys at the Vikings. Vikings all day.
Vikings.
This was a tough one for me. Packers at the Colts.
Colts.
I took the Colts.
I'll take the Pack.
Colts at home, baby. They're strong.
I know.
Phillip Rivers is gonna be flipping that ball. Bing, bing, bing.
And here's another toughie. Chiefs at Raiders. I got to go with the Raiders.
I gotta go with the Chiefs, my man.
Yeah.
Fuck,
of course.
I got the Raiders written down because I really feel like Gruden had them figured out in that first game. It was crazy,
but
bro.
the Chiefs-
They were up by 2 touchdowns.
Even
That wasn't
Who
a
were they
close game.
missing?
Even when the Chiefs suck, bro, it's never a year when the Chiefs beat
2 in a row.
or the Ravens beat each other twice in the year. Neither one of them.
And I want to root for Mahomes.
It's always a
I
split.
want to root for my rookie card.
You're personally involved in this investigation.
Oh my side, I love you. Oh shit!
You're too emotionally attached to this, Mahomes.
Oh, that's too funny, man. I can't. I fucking love you guys.
Finally, another toughie. Monday night. Rams at Bucks. They got the Bucks.
I gotta go Bucks. I gotta root for my Buckies.
Yeah.
Tom Brady all day. Look, man, Brady ain't losing for the rest of the season. He's done. He's done losing.
I don't know about
He's
that.
found
but
it. No, they're accountable now. He yelled. They don't want no more yelling.
You said that 2 weeks ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Tebow can't stop saying yeah, man. So I don't know. He may be right.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Brady's figured it out. He's in the driver's seat now, and he said, dude, I could yell at these guys and they respond. That's big.
Hey,
That's big. We already learned that. We learned that in the Green Bay game, and they bounced back the other day when they lost to the Bears, and they had to come back and beat the somebody. Whoever the fuck they beat.
You think Brady and
But they
Mike
won.
Evans get along?
Yes, Mike Evans, and that's another thing that works. That's a good point, actually. I'm glad you brought that up because Mike Evans, and AB. So Mike Evans' his fucking production is way fucking down. It's nothing like, and that sucks to somebody that's a fucking receiver, man. Like you want to get your numbers, so you're, fucking,
marketable.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Just in case.
It's everything, and he's like okay with it, man, which makes me like think that wow. We may be in this thing for real. We could shore this
got
up.
That Patriot team mentality going.
Yeah, the offensive line responds when they get yelled at.
When they need him and it's his time, when Brady see the opening, because everybody not gonna play the same defense. As soon as they get him an opening to use him, because one thing about him, they taking him away.
Right.
But with AB coming along, now you ain't gonna be able to take Mike Williams away. Watch his production go up.
It's a real good point.
Yep.
Damn, that's a good point.
The focus is
and
shifting.
they don't have O.J. Howard.
They ain't gonna have O.J. Howard.
They don't have O.J.
They
Howard.
don't have him. But then Fournette is starting to get.
Could you imagine if they had O.J. Howard too with Gronk coming back? Because Gronk wasn't Gronk when O.J. Howard went out.
I know.
Gronk was still getting back into football mode.
Yeah.
He was wrestling mode. fucking
party mode.
No, fucking now I'm gonna clown that shit. So anyway, but now if you think about O.J. Howard and Gronk playing Gronk ball, and Cameron Brate out there, because Cameron Brate is fucking a good tight end too.
He's different too.
So you got all of them, and then you got
They're
Godwin,
deep.
Evans, and Brown. You got Godwin's, Evans, and Brown, and Howard, Gronk, and fucking Brate, and then you got Fournette and fucking and Ronald Jones and fucking holy fuck, man!
They got a lot of.
Ronald Jones is the real deal. Rojo is the real
super deep.
And they got kind of
deep. They're Golden State deep.
Yeah, and they kind of deep on defense, bro.
They're Golden State with Durant deep.
Yeah, they nice. You may be on some him not losing.
And the defense is good.
They're really good.
Dude, them linebackers are the fastest ever.
Yeah, they moving, man.
They get to the ball, son.
But
I think I just turned myself on to my team. I think I'm going to go rub one out. All right. Anyway, so, guys, Thanksgiving is next week, so we're taking off.
Yeah.
And hero of the day is going to be O today. Lil O. Because he's got a second baby on the way. And
a good daddy.
And he's being a good daddy today. Yeah. So he's out there doing the dad deed, and we salute you for that, man. We always got your back. You're the little O. You're the little capital O, baby. We fucking love you, dog. Little Brooklyn.
Family first.
Yeah.
So he's the hero of the day. And we're off next week, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy turkey.
Hey,
love somebody new, man, but do it social distancing.
And be thankful, man. Find something to be thankful for too. Really, even if you got to go over somewhere and think about it in your head, and just be like, man, because there's a lot of things you could be thankful for.
Yeah, be thankful for what you got.
It could be worse.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. And besides that, I think we're good, right? Everybody got.
Yes, sir.
Else? I think, damn, we went for a while, didn't we? That shit took a long time to get through, didn't it? Hey, man, had to be done, man. Hey, we didn't even get into nothing. I didn't even really get into the ALEC or the black codes or the pig laws or any of that shit, dude. We didn't even talk about fucking the lynchings. We didn't talk about nothing.
There's a whole lot of stuff we love.
Future episode.
Yeah, man, we will. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in. If you can't be nice, keep it moving in.
Be a part of the pride on the People's Network. Please subscribe.